Hi, I'm Chitra and I have a website called the ABCDs of Cooking. It stands for American Born Confused They See. And it's just like my cooking, which is vegetarian from all over the world, but with a lot of Indian influence. I hope you like it. I'm gonna make you radish raita. And it's a recipe that my mom came up with, and I'm really excited to make it for you because I love it and I eat it with almost anything. So this recipe though is kind of like a South Indian take off a North Indian side dish. And usually it's made with cucumber, but this recipe you make it with radish. And I'm also gonna make it with coconut and a few South Indian spices. So it's gonna be kind of like a spicy, sweet recipe. And I'm sure you're gonna like it. So the first thing you have to do for this recipe is grate 2 radish. So usually I like the larger grate, and radish actually is really good because it helps you digest. And so we'd always have radishes in our house because it's just very healthful. And then you take this and you put it into the bowl. You cut a tomato, a plum tomato, and I usually like to remove the seeds from the tomato just because I think that they have kind of, there's kind of like a bitter taste to them. Just chop it, not finely, but a rough chop. Okay, after the tomato, you put in 3 tablespoons of fresh grated coconut. And you can usually get this at the Indian supermarket or at an Asian supermarket. I've never really seen it at a regular one. So I'm going to put the whole 32 ounce container of yogurt into the bowl. A lot of dishes, especially South Indian dishes, you chop a bunch of cilantro and put it on as a garnish. My dad hates it, but my mom loves putting it on stuff, and I do too. So I'm going to turn the flame on to like a medium heat, and then add about 2 teaspoons of oil. And then I'm going to add a pinch of hing or asafoetide, and a half teaspoon of mustard seed. And I kind of mix it up. I like that part. Hing is a very nice spice to cook with because it's very good for digestion, but it's a sap from a fennel plant, so it's actually very smelly, but when you cook with it, it's very oniony or garlicky. Then you start to put you'll put 1 curry leaf in, and it's going to spurt, so definitely stay away from it. And then you're going to break up a dried red chili, which if you don't have dried red chili, you can always get like you can get the dried red chili that you get from like for pizza. It's going to spurt a little bit. You're going to pour them on to the yogurt, and it will make a crunchy like noise. And also my mom taught me this thing where you just put it back, some yogurt, a spoon of yogurt back into the dish that you're frying the spices in, so that you get all of the spice out. This technique is actually called tempering, and it's in South India it's called vagarne, which I don't think I say right, vagarne, but in North India it's called chonk, and they use different spices for it. The last part of this recipe is adding the cilantro that we chopped before, so I like to add like a good amount, and then you just mix it in. So that's Radish Raita, and if you want specific directions, or if you haven't been taking notes, you can go to my website, the ABCDs of Cooking, and it's really good with gobi paratha, or just with rice even. I like to eat it plain, and you can add salt to it, but I think it tastes pretty good right now. I've been eating it, so